Friendly is victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
Alright guys, WalkingPed93 here, and I really hope you enjoyed that intro. Originally, it was going to be an old school style frag movie like the old Counter-Strike ones, but I thought I'd do a talking style video instead. So as you can no doubt tell from the title, I want to talk in this video about why I'm loving Rainbow Six Siege right now. This game for me has been a bit of an eye-opener, as before I got into it, I was never really into super competitive multiplayer games with such a high learning curve. I've always been into multiplayer games like Battlefield of course, but as well as BF, I was also really big on Halo back in the day, with my favourites being Halo 3 and Halo Reach, and I was also a big fan of Black Ops 2, which I think was the last really good Call of Duty game. Now those games are all well and good, but they don't offer the most dynamic gameplay in the world. Take Battlefield 1 for example. As much as I love BF1, in how many ways can you successfully complete an objective, and how great is the sense of accomplishment when winning a firefight, and how much of my individual input goes into winning the round. With Rainbow Six Siege, the choices available to the player surpass what any of the previously mentioned games can offer. As an attacker, do I pick Ash or IQ and rush on in? Do I hang back as Twitch or Thatcher and take out the enemy team's gadgets to let the more aggressive players in my team worry about getting frags? Do I take Jackal or Takaibi to root out the roamers? Do I plant the bomb to draw out the enemy, or do I fancy my chances and look to kill them anyway? Do I drone ahead, or do I flash and smoke? Do I look for an overwatch position outside the objective and wait for the enemy to come on in? As a defender, do I choose to lay down traps as Kapkan or Frost, or do I anchor as Doc or Rook? Do I pick Bandit or Jaeger? Do I pick Ela and focus on frags, or do I pick Pulse and still provide intel to my team? A good Cav interrogation can flip around on his head, as can a well-executed run-out or spawn peek. There's always something to learn in Siege. If you die, then from what angle and by who? Did you get careless and not check that corner, or were you genuinely outplayed, and if you were outplayed, then maybe try the same tactic in the next round? How good are your Mirror or Valkyrie placements, and how can they be improved? The moment-to-moment gameplay is like a Class A drug as far as I'm concerned. Like any competitive FPS, there are always a number of strats to execute, but unlike games like CSGO, Siege's strats aren't always set in stone. The map destruction and various team compositions throws an awful lot of variables into the mix, but instead of taking away from the competitive experience, they add to it. It makes the experience all that more addicting. When the round starts, there's a very real sense of anticipation because you don't know how the round is going to transpire. By the end of the round though, everything coalesces and the gameplay falls back into line, with the focus being solely on the gunfights. As I said, I was never into competitive games until I got into Siege. I can be competitive sometimes, but there are very few times in real life where I can really flex my competitive muscles. That's why I love video games so much. It's an opportunity to learn something, get good, and be a winner. So that's all for this one guys, I really hope you enjoyed it. I haven't had the opportunity to get as much content out as much as I would like this week, but that's all part of the game. Next video will be more likely a Battlefield 1 upload. The CTE has come back to life with a few guns to try out, so I'll be sure to get on and tell you what I think of them. But until then, if you like this video, you know what to do. Leave a like, leave a comment, think about subscribing way down there, and I'll see you in the next one.
Protect the biohazard container. Stop the hostiles from securing the biohazard container. Friendly, last operator standing.
Shit. Why? Oh. Mate,
Can you come back?
I'm pure legit fucked. Where is that? Oh no. Yep, fuck off.
Prevent further access to stop the hostiles from securing the container. Op 4, last operator standing.
Yes! That's how it's done! Was that an ace? Hold up. Was that an ace? That was an ace.